Hey friends, and welcome back to our van build series. If you're new here, we're Ashley and Colin, and almost 9 weeks ago we bought this work van to convert while stuck at home during quarantine. We've been spending our weekends and work nights turning her into the perfect weekend home for us. We're finally nearing the end of our van build and hoping to hit the road pretty soon. Keep watching to see us finish our kitchen and finally add a window. Okay, so this week we are starting on our countertops. We got them last week, we just didn't get to install them last week, so this week we are going to install them. While we were putting in the countertops, we realized we need to account for our wall, and then able to account for the wall, we had to put our window in. So now we're getting started on putting our window in, and this window that we got is for RVs, so it's not technically for horse trailers. A horse trailer. So it's not technically for a van, but we wanted a non-opening window right here just so we can look out at the sink. And to be able to do that, I could not find any window, so we went with this. And we created a frame that we're going to try to fit around it.
We made a template for the window out of wax paper, and then we've outlined where we're going to cut. All those dots is the actual cut point, and then the solid lines are the window frame for the outside, and inside they're the same size. So what I'm going to do is in each corner drill 2 holes, and then take this template outside and then line them up with the holes using some nails, and then we're going to punch a couple of spots for, and then connect all the dots and cut it with the jigsaw.
Okay, there's about to be no going back from this. Colin's about to put a hole in our van. And if it doesn't work, we're just gonna have a hole in our van. Okay, you can go. There's our hole. Can you see me? This is what it looks like from the inside while Colin is screwing it. And look at that one. I think I blew my eardrums inside. It is so loud inside. So we're 3/4 of the way done. Colin, you know what you're doing?
Nope, I watched the YouTube video.
That's all you need for these projects.
Yep.
Went for it.
So Ashley is cleaning up the edges with some paint so it doesn't rust. We like to use this semi-gloss white Rust-Oleum. It kind of matches the semi-gloss paint of the van. One day we're probably going to repaint the van, but for now it'll be fine. The window is installed, and just so you can kind of tell, I made a wooden frame and then we filled the gaps in with some other wood that is pressed in there to create the seal. I'm gonna blast some screws through. So if you can't tell, screws in that will go into the wood below so they don't move, but each corner and each side right here has a piece of wood that creates a nice tight seal against the window. So the butyl tape outside is pretty much being squeezed out as we speak. tonight I am going to be working on building an upper cabinet here. It's gonna outside decorative match that one, but we're gonna build it slightly different. It's gonna have a platform at the bottom and then supporting rods that come down, and then one fill piece back here, but the other fill piece will be here. So it'll be one giant cabinet inside for clothes and toiletries and linens and stuff like that. So as you can tell, the ceiling's in. If I were to stand up perfectly straight, I'm slightly too tall.
All this room.
But yeah,
great for me.
Ashley's great. But as you can see, it kind of comes down to the side a little bit, and then it's going to transition into the wall. Once we get the windows and stuff, we'll be able to finish up the walls, but we can't do any of that until we actually have the windows. So you can enjoy us finishing up the other stuff. The upper cabinet over the seating / bed area is about halfway done. I need to get some more wood to finish the top section where the hinges and the doors will actually mount to, and then also fill in the back area with some more wood so it's cleaner on the inside. But essentially you kind of got an idea of the upper cabinetry over the seating area. It's gonna only be on that side, not this side. This side is gonna be all open, so we have that nice airy feel, but still have room for clothes and a couple linens and stuff with easy access.
First counter we're going to start with is the one that will hold our sink. This is our sink template. This is for an undermount, and we're going to try the undermount first. Hopefully we can cut the lines pretty straight, but I need to figure out where we can put the sink so it doesn't hit our hot water cooler or anything underneath. So we have to go measure some stuff.
So we are going to the tile and flooring place to get some.
Struggling.
So we are going to the tile and flooring place to get some tile for the backsplash for the kitchen, and then also the stove and countertop area. So we'll do that and then get back to work. Ashley, what are you doing?
I am cutting tile.
For what?
For our backsplash!
Can I show the tile?
Yeah.
So Ashley is getting ready to tile. We went with this hexagon pattern, this kind of teal baby blue. So that's going to be for both the backsplash here where the sink is, and then also here where the stove is. So Ashley told me to leave the van because she wants it to be a surprise, which I'm okay with, because I'm going to go inside and clean up the house. So, you going to have fun with that, Ash?
Yeah. Let's see if this gets in here. So, for our tile, we're doing this Gorilla construction adhesive. we're using this because it says it's flexible. This is the only one we could find that was flexible. And then for the grout, we're using a movement grout. So this is purposely grout that was made for our joints. So we'll see how it turns out. This stuff is expensive, so I hope we don't need too much of it. Yeah, as Colin says, it must be good if it was so expensive.
Ashley has finished this side of the tiling, and I am beginning to now outline the window to fill in the gaps so it looks more finished. And then Ashley has begun working on the other side. So I have a lot of tile to cut, but you can see that the kitchen in, I guess, I don't know, it's not, is it a kitchen anymore? You can see that this cabinet,
it's in the stove.
I know, but the sink is here.
The kitchen just goes in between.
Okay, you can see that the cabinets are in, the countertops are pretty much in, so we're getting close. We have a couple more, like we gotta finish that part off and stuff, but it's coming together. While Ashley is finishing up the tile work and doing some painting, I have been busy with getting the sink ready to install, as well as the stove. So we have the cooktop, we have the cooktop, and then we have the sink. It is all cut out, and the sink is ready to go in. The cooktop, I'm still fiddling around with it because we have these, the template that it came with it told us to cut this size out. We did that, but the cooktop rattled front to back, side to side a lot more than we wanted to, and there's no real way underneath this cooktop to like add any brackets to hold it down with. These don't come off clean. There's actually a nut behind it, so unless you take the whole cooktop apart, there's no way of actually using that to mount it. So what I did is I added some shims, made some shims, and some cardboard, so it's a very nice pressed fit. And I'll show you now how that looks. So the cooktop, like I said, there's no real way to mount it from the bottom. These all hold important things on the other side, so I don't want to attach anything to it. So what I did is I made the shim so it's a quite nice sort of pressed fit, and it holds it from moving side to side, front to back. So that's kind of how it sits, and then you can slide it in, and then it's not going anywhere front to back, side to side, and unless we have to test it driving, but I can't imagine that it's going to pop up at all. So once the cooktop is on, we do cook the burners. And then once the burners are there, then the cast iron top goes on and you can cook. So for the sink, I've been working at the hole. We weren't able to cut we wanted to undermount it so you had that really nice finished look, but with the jigsaw we weren't able to do a clean cut, so we ended up going with a drop-in. And then I was working on the edges there just so it sat flush, because the template that came with the sink was for an undermount, and then for a drop-in they wanted you to take this and then subtract a 1/4 inch, which I ended up doing, but it still didn't sit flush because there's an edge under here. Without going into too much detail, it took a little bit of fine work, but you can see how you can see how flush it sits now. So we're going to run a bead of silicone around underneath that, and then do one final drop in, and we will have it go from the underside of the sink to probably this 7-gallon gray water tank. I'm repurposing it from my Xterra. I had it for fresh water, but we have it already, so we're going to use that for the gray water tank. And it's going to be mounted and everything, so don't worry too much. Again, hot water heater for the shower. So that is the sink, and that is the cooktop. Cooktop, except for the gas line, is done. Sink, except for siliconing and the actual drain and going to that gray water tank, is done. And I have to plumb this faucet that Ashley got, which is nice. I like it.
So we're nearing the end of our van build. We just got a shipping notification that our window is shipped, and we've already put in one window, so we don't feel the need to show them all. And everything else that we're going to do is little projects that don't really need to be filmed, so we feel like this is a good place to stop. And then we're going to do a big reveal video, tour of the van kind of video, later on, once we get everything finished.
So between now and the big reveal video, we're going to take a trip in the van, so keep an eye out for that video. It's probably going to be posted after the big reveal video, just so we keep all the van stuff in order. But keep an eye out for other travel videos further on down the line also.
Yes. And if you do want to know more about things that we did, or how we did a certain thing in the van, be sure to ask in the comments.
Yeah, just post a comment. We try to reply to all of them. There's not too many right now, but we'll reply to as many as we can if they become overwhelming.
And if you're interested in a video of us putting the windows in, just let us know and we can film it.
Yeah, anything else that we didn't show and you wanted us to maybe explain some more, let us know, and we'll try to make a video, maybe a more detailed video about the van after the big reveal video.
So the next time you'll see us is the van will be complete, and we'll be traveling in it.
Yes.
So see you then.
See y'all next time.
Exactly.